Our first guest today is a classically trained pianist, as well as a poet, a singer, a visual artist, and an actor. She scores movies, musicals. Sara Slean visits the First Ontario PAC this Saturday, February 19th, paying tribute to the great Joni Mitchell with the Niagara Symphony Orchestra. Sara, last time you were in Niagara was March 4th, 2020, just before the pandemic. Your life has changed markedly since then.
You could say that. Yes, I got pregnant. I gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. I started a master's degree. I'm doing all kinds of music things still. I'm in a new house. Lots of change.
Abigail turns 1 next month.
She does, yes. I can't believe it. It's flown by.
Tell me about her. What's she like?
She's a mischievous little, curious, amazing angel and a miracle baby. I gave birth at 43. So I just, she's the light of my life.
Fantastic. Joni Mitchell. Let's talk about Joni. How did this come about, this concert with the Niagara Symphony?
Well, in 2018, I was asked by Mark Turner at the Saskatoon Symphony Orchestra if I would sing this program. He had performed this miracle of getting the original orchestrator, Vince Mendoza, to go to Saskatoon to conduct their orchestra. He called in all of these extra musicians because the forces that it requires, this program, are just massive. It's like a huge, huge orchestra, larger than any regional orchestra I've ever played with. So he made this thing happen, and he brought in Pete Erskine, very, very famous jazz drummer, very famous jazz bassist, all of these incredible people to make this show happen, and he asked me to sing it, and I was bowled over by this honor. I had such an incredible time singing that music, learning it, getting it into my bones. The records are the orchestral ones that she made in the early 2000s. And it was such an honor that I just thought it would be a tragedy to never perform this live again. And so here we are 4 years later.
When you look at Joni Mitchell, was she a big influence in your career?
Joni Mitchell is the highest height in my artistic world. She was an iconoclast. She followed her own muse. She fiercely guarded her own development, was never was afraid of what people or fans or executives might think about where she was going artistically. She was really just a unique, original artistic force. Painter, she just was so singularly creative and herself, and I love her.
Do you have some favorite Joni Mitchell songs?
Oh God, where to begin? But I have to say, the most beautiful song in this particular program, and they're all absolutely stunningly orchestrated and stunning songs to begin with, but there's, a real breadth. It's not just her hits, right? This program is stuff from her later albums, her stuff from the 80s is not as well known, the jazz stuff where she was exploring with Charles Mingus and all that. So, this is a program that covers the breadth. And I don't know any artist today that can claim that kind of originality, of diversity of material. So yeah, she's just my absolute hero.
What do you do to channel Joni? Do you even try when you're on stage to channel Joni Mitchell?
Absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely not. There's only one Joni, right? So I have to say, well, there's only one Sara Slean as well, right? And this is what we have to do as artists. We give of ourselves so completely and so fearlessly. We have to try to do that, and that's what I've been trying to do my entire career. So I go out there and I pay respect to her incredible gift by sharing what I have. And to try and sing like her or to occupy her spirit is, I think, the wrong way to go.
Sara, your last release was in 2020 with the Symphony Nova Scotia. Before that, it was 2017's Metaphysics. That was a very personal album. Did the personal nature of those songs make you want to take a break from songwriting?
You know, I find as I get older, the span of time between my records gets larger and larger. And it's not really because for any other reason other than I feel like I only can really give something authentic artistically when I have gone through a transformation of sorts, when I have evolved. Even something slight, even something personal, but it has to be a transformation. I feel like I have to have something of value to share, other than just kind of using my skills to just come up with pop songs. I mean, people do that and are really good at it, but that's not the kind of artist that I am. I feel like when I make a record with my name on it, I have to have something of value to share. So, I mean, life also gets in the way, right? And becoming so busy and becoming so interested in all of the opportunities that come my way. I don't want to say no to working with Symphony Nova Scotia, writing a musical, scoring a television show. I want to try all these things. I want to expand my skill set. So sometimes there's not always enough time to make that album, but I do feel some things brewing. I mean, there's been so much change for me in the last year that I'm sure a new album will result eventually.
That sounds exactly what I would think as well. You say transformation leads to this creativity, and I mean, this has probably been these last 22 months the biggest transformation in your life.
Massive, massive. And I have to say with a little bit of shame that I did not fully understand before I became a mother the incredible, vast depths within women and how much they can give of their bodies, of their hearts, their time, their energy. I did not have adequate respect for mothers, including my own, who I love dearly, before now. So I'm sure that will find its way into the music.
This show this week with the Niagara Symphony, is this the first of many coming in the next few months for Sara?
It is, and this program in particular, I'll be singing with the Regina Symphony as well, and it looks like the Calgary Philharmonic too. So I can't wait, because it's really the most beautiful, wrenching music. It's such a lovely evening of song and those orchestral sounds that I love so much.
Sara, we can't wait. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure catching up with you. For tickets, niagarasymphony.com, and to find out more about Sara, saraslean.com. Thanks, Sara.
Thank you so much.